1 year of silliness and tomfoolery. My game has gone through many changes within this year, more than the Fortnite Island probably. Fun little fact about my game, it originally started in Unreal Engine around this time, but Godot version was created in September 2023. I don't have the project file of the Unreal Engine version anymore, new computer and all that, and I decided to delete it as well, whoops. But I still have photos and possible videos, but oh no, I'll do some logging. Let's do this shit timeline style. So right now we are here. Around this time I was fiending on Risk of Rain and Deep Rock Galactic, still am to be honest. I was also trying to P-rank Ultra Kill, and then I thought, and yeah, that's how Soul Machine started. I kid you not, just as I wrote that in the script, an idea just popped into my head. More on that later. Soul Machine was very different from what you lot know now. How the game originally played is that you started in a ship that you could roam around in and equip 2 guns to take with you on missions, which was then changed later to 1 gun, which is also where the whole theme of choice starts to come along. Instead of the relic system, it had just the Risk of Rain item system almost exactly. After realizing this, I searched through the catacombs of my brain for a living idea and eventually landed on the relic idea. This idea also came with the first big game change. This change was all about gameplay. It was less of a roguelike and more of a story game like Ultra Kill, but with procedural levels. I'd never even added the procedural levels, I just kept working on smaller stuff in the background. I'm so professional like that. Nothing else changed for a while, there was just a new gun system and slightly new movement system. I added the punch dash mechanic, which is by far one of the best and coolest things I've added in the game. I absolutely love it. Next in the timeline of events is the second era, after the first big change. The story changed from being all about some robot powered on energy being a pirate in outer space to some alien civilization taking over some planet. Very original. This is where shit starts to really get good. The shotgun was added with the ability to shotgun jump, levels were changed into pre-made ones, and the story got so much more in depth. This is where the most recent devlogs come in, and I have already showed all of that, so I'll now jump to more recent and unsaid stuff. Gonna pause it here because I have a Discord server. You can join, ? Okay, so present time. Let's go back to when I said that I kid you not, as I just wrote that, an idea popped in my head, and more on that later. Well, now is later. My idea was the actual name, Soul Machine, from the previous versions. After some recent changes, which I'll be saying soon, this name works again, which is good because Cult of Perdition sounds so weird, and Perdition is, for some reason, a hard as hell name for people to say. Now, to explain the name change, I need to explain the current state of gameplay. Roguelike, it's, the traditional way. I went back to that roguelike idea. This time, I actually have the procedural generation. How the gameplay works this time around is you start with a build, so maybe 4 relics of your choice and a gun. Possibly a secondary gun if I ever do that. You start in some cell type area, make your way through. Usual stuff, and clearing waves of enemies, and depending on the door that you take will give you different bosses, and then will take you to different levels / stages to then different possible endings. This still keeps the whole choice idea that I liked from the pre-made level idea, because it was kind of a choose your own adventure book. I also like this idea because it's easier to make all the levels and stuff. All I have to do is just make a bunch of preset rooms and then it's done. I already have the level generation system, it's all working, except there is no end boss room yet. I only have the level generation, and I also made a new enemy. I completely forgot about that. It's called the Jester, not because it was because it's all silly and whatnot, but because any humans that went against this quote-unquote alien race were turned into hellish homunculus for the aliens' entertainment. They did horrible things to them. I will not go into detail for cool reasons and not because I'm lazy. The cult is now called the Order of Vigor, because the word perdition sounds weird. Now, I don't like it. That's all story changes / new enemy. I want to talk about the menu. New menu. New menu goes crazy, actually. I love it so much. It is just the angle from Letum looking up at Potens from a submerged city. Yeah, that's it, but I don't know. little bit more storytelling to it than just the planet from the original idea of the menu scene. Okay, the reason why the name now fits the game is, again, because the story reworks I did. Basically, in summary, the game is very emotional based, if that makes any sense. The person you play as does not give up, acts as a machine, basically, will not stop, and because it is an actual human, it is a machine of soul, in quotations, and soul machine sounds sick as fuck, like, come on. I have some cool plans for the future of the game, like in the menu, I added a logbook button, which does nothing yet, but I want it so you can randomly find note entries to a journal from multiple people in the game. The game has no proper characters, minus the player, so storytelling is a little bit tricky when it comes to other people, and the story of the game has involved 2 characters for a long time. Also, the website had updated. It looks cool now, I made it look very nice. CHERLIE.net. Come on, it's up. Check it out if you want. You want to hear a joke? I'll tell you a joke. How do you keep an idiot in suspense?